It's the countdown to face-off presented by Castore from San Diego, California. The Ottawa Black Bears make their first ever visit to Seal Country. Hi, everybody. We welcome you inside the building at Pechanga Arena. He is Jake Elliott. I'm Cooper Perkins. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us. And Jake, this Ottawa team off to their best start in franchise history dating back to the New York days last week. A 4-goal run down the stretch to come back and beat Toronto.
Yeah. We'd love to see overtime, but I don't know if they want to see overtime here inside the rink.
Free lacrosse is the best lacrosse.
True story.
Bird buries it up high! McCardle probing. Reversing. McCardle scores! Bar to T. Kick save, Origlieri. 7 seconds.
Still time.
Still time. Teat has it. To Grennan. 2 seconds. He hit the pipe and it's over!
What a finish!
The last gasp for Ottawa denied by the iron. Shot wide, no reset of the shot clock, and an awkward carom off the boards. Gobrecht with an opportunity. Gobrecht swims around Masson. Gobrecht! We turn it to the second quarter in San Diego. Rochester in their season opener, a 3-1 lead thanks to a couple of power play goals and a 16-save first quarter for Rylan Hartley. You know, one note of intrigue in this game, Nick, is that until last season, Rochester had been a bad road team in their franchise's history. There's no delicate way to put it. 17 games under 500 in that stretch, but last year they turned the corner. 6-3 away from the Bird's Nest, and today looking like a team under Mike Hazen that's very comfortable playing on the road.
And so much of the road travel just comes down to culture. You can throw 100 excuses, flights, traveling, sleep, whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you just have to have the collective buy-in from the top of the roster to the bottom of the roster, saying let's go out and get it done. And what's impressed me the most has been Rochester's defense, actually. They're playing an intentional inside out, saying we will give up those outside shots. We believe in our goaltender, and everything's been proven right about their game plan.
Offense for San Diego has outshot Rochester 17-11. They have not been able to beat Rylan Hartley outside of the one Pat Cavanaugh goal. Offensively, where can they adjust to be a little bit more productive?
You know, I would say it comes down to what type of shots are you taking. We're seeing guys take comfortable shots, but there's so much traffic in the way. Set picks in the middle of the floor to give guys clear shooting lanes. Expect that adjustment.
Rochester just one of their 3 goals in the 5-on-5. That was McConvey to open the game. Lanchberry to Fields. Lanchberry, also a goal scorer this evening. Courier comes out on him. There's Lanchberry, the former Georgia draft pick. Williams, another former member of the Swarm, by way of Colorado in the middle, won a championship with the Mammoth. Seals have a chance to run as Danny Logan motors it in the offensive zone and puts his foot on the brake. No Corey Small, that's a big thing to note for San Diego. Patrick Merrill raved about Small, his 3-goal performance in their opener. Another moving screen, the third whistled against San Diego. McConvey has a chance to push it, but misplays the pass from Hartley and has to slow it down.
And again, in the first quarter, you can usually get away with a push or two, but you have to make adjustments.
McConvey for the first half hat trick.
We've talked about how the Rochester offense is applying pressure every second they have the ball, and I think this is a great example of it. You know, you kind of see them, oh, we're just hanging back, nothing's really happening, and then the pass right to the most dangerous area of the floor for an outside shooter. You know, San Diego kind of getting caught on their heels a couple times.
It's also worth bringing up Kyle Waters, 6'5", 220, Ryan Smith, 6'2", 220, the two of them working inside on that sequence. That's a mismatch for the Seals.
It is, and, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. What do we want to take away? But right now, whatever decision San Diego's defense makes, Rochester's making them pay.
That is a big issue for the Seals to solve. Just one player over 215. That's Trevor Baptiste at 230. Watson spinning away from trouble. Robinson to Cavanaugh. Thought about it, but passed up the shot. Shot clock running out on him as he gets it away. but misses everything, and it's a shot clock violation. Another empty possession without any serious threat from San Diego's offense.
You know, it just seems like they're not trying to take real opportunities in the first half of the shot clock, and by the time it's down to 5 seconds, they're making a scrambled play.
Connor Fields underneath. Fields stings it for his first of the year. Mr. MVP. Drafted by the Seals organization, has blossomed into one of the league's premier stars and stings his first of the year.
And one of the beautiful parts of this play, everything about that offensive structure for Rochester was hinting at Connor Fields sweeping over the top, where he is certainly dangerous. And then again, he caught San Diego going underneath with no help from the backside, no help from the top. You know, it's an impossible ask to guard one-on-one consistently against Connor Fields, and I think it was only a matter of time before he got his name in the scorebook.
Speaking of Fields, let's send it to Haley with more.
Yeah, guys, so you mentioned the Seals drafted Connor Fields back in 2018. He told me he was extremely appreciative of the Seals for taking a chance on him despite coming in with a knee injury that hindered him. Patrick Merrill told us he has seen a maturity in Fields' game from afar. He said he knew Fields always had the skill set, but as you get older, your game also gets wiser. Fields said he's gleaned insight from all of his stops along his NLL journey, but said now that he's with Rochester, he feels like he's finally come into his own.
One of the most interesting trades, I think, in recent NLL history is Las Vegas having Fields for about 10 seconds and trading him to the Nighthawks. Kavanaugh looking for his second, and Hartley just unstoppable in this first half.
Interesting note right there. Kavanaugh comfortable enough to take a step-down shot with his left hand. Rarely you see that in this league.
Kavanaugh, a virtually ambidextrous option out there for the Seals. He's naturally right-handed, but does have a very adept left. Right now it's Rochester with Lanchberry to McConvey. He's got 3 in the first half, and Smith rattles it home. They're pouring it on.
The variety with which Rochester's offense is attacking San Diego is extremely impressive. Now we see a backside two-man game that, again, San Diego's defense is letting Rochester operate in the dangerous parts of the floor. The two-man game for the recipient of the pass, Ryan Smith, gets wide open. And again, you know, you see this score 6-1 and you must think, oh, Origlieri's kind of having a rough night, but, you know, he's been left out to dry on a majority of those goals.
Not unfamiliar territory in a game against Rochester for San Diego. Nighthawks led them by 6 in the third quarter last year. Seals came all the way back. LeClaire hits one off the pipe, and the shooting luck is just zeros across the board for the Seals.
But I do like that opportunity. You know, San Diego's offense, what can we do? Get the good players in space.
McIntosh runs it to the far side. Robinson hums it high, and Hartley has it deflect out of play. Reset of the shot clock. McIntosh to Berg, who's been quiet, trying to get the captain involved. Spins it to the far side. Armitage for Robinson. Quick movement. McIntosh kick save. Hartley putting on a clinic. McIntosh wide with that one, and a long rebound is trouble. Jeremy Thompson thinks better of it.
Boy, and that's just frustrating for San Diego's offense. 2 quality looks. And Robinson even had Hartley beat. Hartley dropping to his knees and Robinson shooting up high. Just the accuracy is smidge off. Tall task to beat him tonight.
Fields up high that time. Origlieri read it well, and a nice heady play by the rookie Stainhouse to step into the crease to field that one. He motors up the floor. The excellent athlete at 19 years old nearly has his first in the NLL. And Kavanaugh fighting behind the net. Thistlethwaite, the rookie, has it taken away by the former Notre Dame star.
I was fortunate enough to play with Pat's older brother, Matt Kavanaugh. And again, you can tell just there's something in that family's DNA. They see a ball on the ground, they're going to fight harder than anybody on the floor to get it.
Kavanaugh, the only Seals tally so far. They have struggled to solve Hartley, 20 of 21. And another shot is handled nicely, that time off the stick of Dylan Watson. As great as he is between the pipes, not always the most graceful in the clearing game. Fields, Lansbury kick save. Origlieri, he was in the crease as well. And with the clock reading 9:47, they'll take a break on the floor, and we'll take it right alongside of them. Chris Origlieri trying to keep the Seals in this one, but Rochester putting on an offensive clinic on the road.